My mother gave away the heart I'd been waiting 5 years for. Now she's throwing a lavish mating ceremony for the girl who got it, to help her recover faster, she said. The whole pack gathered at Pack House to witness Ivy Calloway's bond with Garrett Holt. Flowers everywhere, candles, music, and my mother, Luna Seraphina Valemont, stood at the center of it all, glowing with pride. "Luna, you're truly the heart of this pack," one of the elders said, clasping my mother's hands. "Taking in an orphan, saving her life, and now giving her such a beautiful ceremony. Northvale is blessed to have you." My mother smiled gracefully. "It's what any Luna would do. Our pack has always stood for compassion. It's what any mother would do. Luna. Always Luna first." Welcome to Bibliophile Princess channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Story begins. Ivy walked up to my mother, tears streaming down her face. She looked beautiful in her white dress, healthy, radiant, alive. Because she had my heart beating in her chest. "Mom," Ivy said softly, "I don't know how to thank you. You saved my life. You gave me a family. And now this."
"Mom."
She called my mother Mom. My mother pulled Ivy into a warm embrace. "Silly girl. You're my daughter now. This is the least I could do." I remembered 3 months ago. My mother told me the heart donor had complications, that I needed to wait a bit longer. But Ivy got her surgery right on schedule. The best healers. The finest recovery room. And now, a grand mating ceremony because positive energy helps healing. Meanwhile, I was told to stay away from Pack House for 6 months. To give Ivy space. My chest tightened. Sharp pain shot through my heart, the defective one that couldn't let me shift. Couldn't let me feel a mate bond. Couldn't let me be a real wolf. I reached for the pills in my pocket. "Briar." My mother's voice cut through the crowd. She walked toward me, Ivy trailing behind.
"Come.
Say a few words to your sister." "You've been standing in the corner with that face this whole time," my mother continued, smiling for the crowd. "Ivy is part of our family now. As her older sister, shouldn't you give her your blessing?" I looked at Ivy. If I had that heart, I heard myself say, I would have a wolf by now. I could feel a mate bond. I could be the one in a wedding dress. The chatter around us died. My mother's smile froze. "Briar. Not here. Since you have a new daughter," I said, "I'll see myself out. Congratulations on your perfect family." I turned to leave. My mother grabbed my arm. "What do you think you're doing?" Her voice was low. "Do you know how many people are watching? Ivy just had surgery. Do you want to ruin her recovery?" "What about me?" I pulled free. "Oh wait. I don't get to recover. Because you gave my chance away." "Briar." My father appeared beside us. "Caspian Valemont, Alpha of Northvale. Your mother has done nothing wrong. Don't make a scene." "A scene?" I laughed. The sound came out wrong. I've been quiet for 22 years. Understanding. Patient. The good daughter, who never complained. My heart was pounding too fast. I should stop. Take my pills. Walk away. But something in me had cracked open. When I was 12, I collapsed during training. Mom said I was lazy. I looked at my mother. But when Ivy gets a headache, 3 healers show up overnight. "Briar, we can talk about this later. When I was 17 and got diagnosed, you said I was young. I could wait." My voice was shaking now. "But Ivy, every checkup, you were right there, holding her hand." While I sat alone in the healing ward wondering if anyone remembered I existed, pack members were staring. Some had phones out. "That's enough." My father grabbed my shoulder. "You're embarrassing the whole family." I shoved his hand away. "I'm embarrassing you." I stared at him. "That's all you care about. The image. The perfect Luna. The compassionate alpha family." I laughed bitterly. "Is that why you took in that little stray bitch? To boost your reputation?"
Slap.
My mother's palm cracked across my face. The pack house went dead silent. "Apologize." My mother's voice was ice. Full Luna authority.
"Now."
My cheek burned. My heart was screaming. But I couldn't stop. Apologize for what? For telling the truth. I met her eyes. You gave her the best room, the best healers, the rarest heart in the territory. And you couldn't even give your own daughter a bed when I was dying. Briar. Your colleagues offered to help me. You said no. Can't play favorites. I was gasping now, chest tight. So, why is she the favorite? Why does a stray Omega who wasn't even critical get everything I begged for? My mother's face was white with fury. One more word. Fine. I stepped back. You want her so badly?
Keep her.
I'm leaving this pack. I turned. The pain exploded in my chest. Blood flooded my mouth before I could take another step. I woke up in the pack house healing ward. My chest felt like it had been crushed. Every heartbeat dragged through me like broken glass. Rowena Blackthorn stood by my bed, checking monitors. The only healer in this pack who ever looked at me like I mattered. 6 months, she said quietly. Maybe less if you keep pushing yourself. You need to stay calm. No stress. 6 months. I'd been waiting 5 years. Now I had 6 months left. The door opened. My mother walked in. Ivy trailed behind her, eyes red, clutching a bouquet of flowers. You're awake. My mother's voice was flat. No relief. No warmth. Just exhaustion. Do you have any idea what you've done? Not how are you feeling? Not thank God you're okay. The whole pack is talking, she continued. Ivy nearly had to go back into surgery. The stress almost destabilized her heart. Luckily, Garrett's bond is helping her stabilize. But the damage to our family's reputation. Seraphina. Rowena cut in. She just woke up. She needs rest, not. I know what she needs. My mother didn't look at Rowena. I'm a healer too. Ivy stepped forward, tears spilling. Briar, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I'll talk to Garrett, she said, voice trembling. I can step aside. Let you bond with him instead. I don't deserve. Enough. My mother pulled Ivy into her arms. Don't say such things. You've done nothing wrong. She turned to me. Ivy has been nothing but grateful since she came here. She never complains. Never causes trouble. And you? Her voice hardened. You ruined a sacred mate bond ceremony. Do you understand how selfish that was? My father appeared in the doorway. Your mother is a professional, Briar. She made the right call. You need to accept that. Professional? I pushed myself up.
Pain shot through my chest.
Then tell me, did your professional judgment ever look at my file? Briar, your heart rate. Rowena stepped forward. Rowena says I have 6 months. I was shaking. Did you know that? Did you even bother to check? Briar, please calm down. Rowena tried again. My mother talked over her. You think I don't know my own daughter's condition? I've been managing your case since you were 12. You were stable. She wasn't. It's that simple. Stable. I laughed. It came out like a cough. I collapsed during training when I was 12. You said I was faking it for attention. The memories were flooding back now. My 14th birthday. Mom promised to take me to see the aurora outside Pac territory. She got called away for an emergency. I found out later the emergency was helping a new member settle in. Last winter, I spent a week in this same healing ward. Mom visited once to grab files she'd left in the next room. Didn't even sit down. When Ivy first arrived, she had a mild fever. Mom sat by her bed all night. When I went into cardiac arrest 2 months later, Mom told Rowena to handle it and went back to her meeting. Briar, I'm begging you. Ivy dropped to her knees. I'll give the heart back. I'll find a way. Please don't hate me. Give it back. I stared at her. It's been 3 months. That heart is fused to your body now. What exactly are you planning to do? Rip it out and hand it over? Don't speak to her like that. My mother stepped in front of Ivy. She's trying to make peace.
Peace.
My vision was blurring. The pain was getting worse. She has my heart beating in her chest.
She calls you Mom.
She has a wolf, a mate, a future. And I'm supposed to make peace. I had to stop.
Breathe.
The room was spinning, but one thought cut through the fog. Cold and sharp. Mom. My voice came out strange. You always talk about sacrifice. About putting the pack first. About being selfless. She stiffened. Your blood type matches. I had to pause. Gasp for air. You're a healer. You knew that. Briar. If you really loved her that much. Each word cost me. If you really wanted to save her so badly. I looked her in the eyes. Why didn't you give her your heart? The room went dead silent. My mother's face drained of color. What did you just say? You heard me. I leaned back against the pillow. The pain had gone past sharp into something numb. You talk about sacrifice. About putting others first. So do it. Give her your heart. I'll wait for another match. You. She pointed at me, hand trembling. You ungrateful. Ungrateful for what? My voice was flat. For being told to wait while someone else got my surgery? For watching you plan her wedding while I rotted in this bed? How dare you speak to your mother like that? My father stepped forward. Ivy suddenly dropped to her knees. It's all my fault. She was sobbing, clutching at my mother's dress. I'll go find Rowena right now. I'll have them take the heart out. I'll give it back to Briar, I swear. She tried to stand, to run toward the door. My mother caught her. Don't be foolish. She wrapped her arms around Ivy, stroking her hair. No one is taking anything from you. I won't let anyone hurt you. Then she turned to look at me. Disappointment, disgust, and something else. Something that looked like hate. Briar. Her voice was cold. I never thought you could be this cruel. She just had major surgery. You want her to cut her chest open again? You want her to die. And what about me? The words scraped out of my throat. I want a wolf. I want a mate. I want to live. Is that so wrong? The memory hit me without warning. 18 years old. The night of the first shift ceremony. Every wolf my age gathered under the full moon. I watched from my bedroom window as they transformed one by one. Howls of triumph. Parents cheering. The whole pack celebrating. I begged my mother to let me try. Your heart can't handle it, she said. Wait until after the transplant. I waited. I'm still waiting. That night, I listened to them howl until dawn. By morning, everyone had a wolf. Everyone except me. I never went to another pack ceremony after that. What was the point? I was broken. Incomplete. A defect in the alpha's bloodline. Briar's condition is critical. Rowena's voice broke through. She needs to stay calm. This conversation needs to stop. My mother ignored her. Ivy lost her entire pack, she said. Her family was slaughtered. She has nothing and no one. You're the alpha's daughter. You have everything. She straightened her spine. Full Luna authority. A Luna doesn't play favorites. I won't give you special treatment just because you're my blood. The whole pack is watching. We have to set an example. She paused, like she was making a decision. When you're ready to apologize to Ivy, come find me. She turned and walked out. Didn't look back. My father lingered for a moment. His eyes were complicated. Guilty, maybe, but not guilty enough to stay. He followed her out. Through the glass window, I watched them in the hallway. My mother holding Ivy. My father rubbing Ivy's back, comforting her. A perfect family portrait. With no room for me. Briar. Rowena's voice was soft. There's something you should know. I didn't respond. Last month, there was another matching heart. Compatible blood type. Good condition. She hesitated. Your mother signed the transfer papers. Gave it to a patient from another pack. I turned to look at her. That's twice now. Rowena's jaw was tight. 2 hearts that could have saved you. Both given away. Of course. Because my mother needed to prove she wasn't biased. That she didn't give her daughter special treatment. That her judgment was pure and selfless. Even if it cost me my life. Thank you for telling me, I said. Don't give up. Rowena grabbed my hand. I've been contacting transplant centers in other territories. We can find another way. No need. I pulled my hand back gently. Can you bring me some paper? And a pen. Rowena stared at me. What for? I looked at the window. The 3 of them were walking away now. Getting smaller. I want to write a will. And formally withdraw from the pack. Rowena didn't move. Also, I added, I need the organ donation forms. My parents never came back. But Ivy's post did. Every day, a new update on the pack forum. Photos of her and Garrett. Videos of their healing journey together. Garrett says he's never seen such a beautiful mating ceremony. Mom really outdid herself. I'm so lucky to have this family. I stared at the screen.
Mom.
She was still calling my mother Mom. The next post was a video. Ivy and my parents having dinner together. Laughing. My mother actually laughing, reaching over to wipe sauce from Ivy's cheek. When was the last time she touched me like that? Asterisk sister, I hope you're feeling better. Garrett and I are so happy. You'll find your mate someday too, right? Then another message. Private this time. I heard wolves who can't shift can never feel the mate bond. That must be so lonely. I didn't mean to rub it in. I'm just so grateful for everything I have now.
You understand, right?
You don't blame me? I understood perfectly. Every word was a knife wrapped in silk. I watched one more video. My father teaching Garrett to grill meat in our backyard. My mother bringing out drinks. Ivy curled up on the porch swing that used to be mine. They looked like a family. A complete one. Without me. I opened a new post. Uploaded my medical records. Screenshots of Ivy's messages. The timeline of how 2 matching hearts were given away. Everything. This is what it's like to be the alpha's real daughter. I hit post. Within an hour, the comments exploded. Pack members who'd watched me grow up. Healers who'd treated me. People demanding answers. 2 hours later, my door slammed open. My mother stood there. No elegance now. No composure. Her eyes were wild. Delete it.
No.
She crossed the room in 3 steps. I felt it before I saw it, the pressure of Aluna's authority crashing down on me. My chest tightened. My body wanted to submit. But I had no wolf to submit with. You think this is a game? Her voice was ice. Ivy saw those posts. She's having a panic attack. Her heart rate is spiking. If she needs another surgery, because of you, then maybe she shouldn't have stolen my surgery in the first place.
Slap.
My cheek burned. Again. You've crossed a line, Briar. She leaned in close. Those posts are damaging pack reputation. As Luna, I have every right to act against members who threaten pack stability. She straightened. Delete everything. Post a public apology. Say you were emotional and made things up. And if I don't, then I'll start the exile process. Her voice didn't waver. You know what happens to wolves cast out of their pack? No territory. No protection. No access to healers. She looked at me like I was already dead. You have until tomorrow morning. She left. I didn't delete anything. The next morning, Rowena helped me settle my medical bills. Every last coin I had. She tried to give me money. I refused. Where will you go? She asked. I don't know. I signed myself out. Packed the few things I had. Walked toward the pack house gates with nothing but a small bag. The sun was too bright. My chest ached with every step. I was almost at the boundary when I heard her voice. Briar. I turned. My mother stood on the front steps. My father beside her. Ivy clinging to his arm. All 3 of them, watching me leave. Wait, my mother called out. She walked toward me. Her face was strange. Soft, almost. I was just trying to scare you. You didn't have to actually leave. She reached for my arm. Come back inside.
You need rest.
Your body can't handle. Since when does the Luna care about my body? She flinched. Briar, don't be like this. My father stepped forward. Your mother was harsh, but she's worried about you. We all are. Behind him, Ivy wiped her eyes. Sister, please come back. I'll delete all my posts. I won't bother you anymore. Just please don't leave like this. My mother nodded quickly. Let's go inside and talk.
Clear the air.
We're still family. Family. I almost laughed. Then it hit me. The posts were still up. Hundreds of comments. Screenshots spreading. If I walked out now and died somewhere alone, there would be no one to contradict the story. No one to say it was all a misunderstanding. Her perfect Luna image would be destroyed.
She wasn't worried about me.
She was worried about herself. Fine, I said. Let's talk. At the pack meeting. In front of everyone. My mother's smile froze for just a second. Of course. Whatever you want. An hour later, the pack house main hall was full. Elders.
Healers.
Pack members who'd seen my posts. Everyone whispering, staring. Elder Miriam spoke first. Luna, Seraphina. The accusations online, are they true? My mother stood tall.
Composed.
There have been misunderstandings. Her voice was measured. As Luna and as a healer, I've always tried to ensure fairness. Perhaps in doing so, I made my own daughter feel neglected. That was never my intention. She turned to me with gentle eyes. The perfect image of a remorseful mother. Briar, I promise the next compatible heart will be yours. No matter what. She reached out her hand. I didn't take it. You're right about one thing, I said. You're a good Luna, asterisk. The tension in the room eased slightly. You're selfless.
Fair.
Always putting the pack first. I paused. Even when it means sacrificing your own daughter's life for applause. The whispers started again. Briar, my mother's face tightened. When I was 12, I collapsed during training. You told everyone I was lazy. My voice was steady. When my grades dropped because I was too tired to study, you said I was an embarrassment to the alpha bloodline. That's not. When I couldn't keep up with the other kids, you stopped bringing me to pack events. Said you didn't want people to see your defective daughter. My father grabbed my arm. Briar, enough. I pulled free, but it was never laziness. Never attitude. I looked at my mother. It was my heart. The same heart you knew was failing. The same heart you chose not to prioritize. The hall was dead silent. You're a wonderful Luna, Mother. I smiled. It felt like cracking glass. But you were never a good one to me. And you were never not once a real mother. My mother's composure finally shattered. I did everything for this pack. For this family. You ungrateful. Seraphina. Elder Miriam stood. Control yourself. Ivy burst into tears. Please stop fighting. This is all my fault. I'll leave. I'll give back everything. The hall erupted. Shouting. Accusations. My father trying to calm people down. And my chest. The pain came all at once. Worse than before. Like something was tearing inside. I reached for the nearest chair.
Missed.
Briar. Rowena's voice, somewhere far away. I hit the floor. Tasted blood. Then something strange happened. The pain stopped. All of it. For the first time in years, my chest didn't hurt. I was floating, looking down. There was my body on the floor. Rowena kneeling over it, hands pressing, shouting orders. Pack members scrambling. My father frozen in place. And my mother pale, shaking, mouth open, reaching for Ivy. Pulling her away from the chaos. Not reaching for me. Even now. Below, Rowena sat back on her heels. Stopped pressing. Her shoulders slumped. It was over. I watched my mother finally look at my body. Watched the realization hit her face. Too late. No. My mother's scream cut through the chaos. She shoved past the pack members crowding around me, dropped to her knees, grabbed my shoulders. Briar, wake up. She shook me hard. Your wolf, call your wolf. Fight back. When a wolf dies, their wolf spirit thrashes. Howls. Claws its way out in one last desperate struggle. But I had no wolf. I never did. Her wolf has been dormant her whole life. Rowena's voice was cold. You forgot Luna? Her heart was never strong enough for the shift. My mother froze. I watched from somewhere above. Floating. The past 3 months, Rowena continued, stepping closer. I sent you her reports every week. Did you read any of them? Pack business was too busy. Rowena laughed bitterly. Last week, Ivy said she had a nightmare about her wolf being unstable. You called 3 healers for an emergency consultation at midnight. You gave her moon petal essence, the rarest supply we have to stabilize her fragile wolf spirit. But did you know Briar couldn't even dream about her wolf? Because she didn't have one. She couldn't sense anything. My mother's lips were trembling. Ivy's wolf is perfectly healthy. Rowena threw a report on the ground. Her spirit activity is twice the normal level. She never needed moon petal. She threw down another paper. Briar's heart function was at 14%. By pack medical standards, she should have been on the emergency transplant list months ago. But where did you put her, Luna? Silence. You didn't put her on the list at all. I wanted to cry. My soul floated above it all, watching. A healer who barely knew me cared more about my life than my own mother ever did.
Why?
Why was I always last? My mother stared at my body. Her hands were shaking. She's not, she can't be. She looked up at Rowena wild-eyed. She just needs a heart. I'm the Luna, she's my daughter, she can have priority now. No one will question it. No one will call it favoritism. Seraphina. Or take mine. My mother clutched at Rowena's coat. My blood type matches. Take my heart. Give it to her. I don't care about fairness anymore. I don't care what anyone thinks, just bring her back. The hall went silent. My father stood frozen. Ivy was sobbing in the corner. And my mother, the perfect Luna, who never bent the rules, was on her knees, begging to rip out her own heart. Too late. 22 years too late. Rowena gently pulled her hands away. There's no need for that. My mother looked up, hope flickering. 3 days ago, Rowena said quietly, Briar signed an organ donation form. The hope died. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Organ donation was almost unheard of among wolves. Our bodies deteriorated too fast after death. Few ever had the chance. She asked me to give her organs to the young wolves on the waiting list. Rowena's voice cracked. She said, I waited 5 years. I know what waiting feels like. If my organs can help another child awaken their wolf, then at least my life meant something. My mother's legs gave out. She collapsed over my body, clutching my face, my hands, my hair. No, 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 Briar. Please, her voice was raw, broken. You can't leave like this. Not when I haven't fixed anything. Not when you still hate me. She pressed her forehead to mine. I'll do anything. I'll step down as Luna. I'll never see Ivy again. I'll give you everything I should have given you, just come back. My father stumbled forward, falling to his knees beside her. His face was gray. Briar. He reached for my hand, pulled back, reached again. Daddy's sorry. Daddy should have protected you. Should have fought harder. His voice broke. You were right. About everything. We failed you. They held each other over my corpse, sobbing like children. But I couldn't feel it anymore. Rowena stepped forward. We need to begin the extraction now, before the organs degrade. My mother's head snapped up.
No.
Luna. I said no. She threw herself over my body. You're not cutting her open. She's my daughter. She's the Alpha's heir. Her body will be buried whole. Buried whole. Rowena's voice turned to ice. So, you can pretend you were a good mother at the funeral? My mother flinched. This is her final wish. Rowena didn't back down. You have the right to refuse. Pack law gives direct family veto power. She looked around at the watching crowd. But if you refuse, everyone here will know. You took her heart when she was alive. Now you want to take her dignity when she's dead. The pack members shifted, whispered,
Stared. My mother looked at them.
At Rowena. At my still face. Something in her shattered.
Fine.
The word came out like a death rattle. Do it. She stood. Her eyes were so red they looked like they were bleeding. Everyone stepped back. She didn't notice. She just watched as they lifted my body onto the stretcher. Watched as they wheeled me toward the surgery wing. Watched until the doors closed between us. Then her knees hit the floor again, and she screamed. The surgery took 2 hours. When it was done, they moved me to the cold room. I lay on a metal table, still and empty. Everything that could be salvaged had been taken. My mother stood beside me for a long time.
She didn't speak.
Didn't move. Just stared at what was left of her daughter. Her wolf, she finally said. Her voice was hoarse. It never woke up, did it? Rowena stood in the doorway. She didn't answer. If I'd given her that heart, my mother's voice dropped to a whisper. She could have shifted. She could have had a wolf. She could have. She trailed off. She could have felt mate bond. Found her match. Worn a wedding dress like Ivy did. She lowered her head until her forehead touched the cold metal. I took all of that from her. Rowena left quietly. Even she couldn't watch anymore. Hours passed. Eventually, my mother returned to Pack House. To my old room. She sat on my bed, surrounded by things I'd never use again. Books I'd never finish. Clothes I'd never wear. The door creaked open. Ivy stood there in a simple dress, eyes red-rimmed, looking fragile as always. "Mom," she said softly, "you've been in here all day. Briar wouldn't want you to." "Don't." My mother didn't turn around. "Don't say her name." Ivy hesitated, then walked in anyway, knelt beside the bed. "I know you're hurting. I am too." She reached for my mother's hand. "But the pack still needs you. Dad needs you." A pause. "Garrett, and I want to help." He said he could take on more responsibilities, patrols, supplies, outside negotiations. "We could handle things so you and Dad don't have to carry everything alone." She looked up with shining eyes. "I'll take care of you, Mom, like a real daughter would." Silence. Then my mother spoke. Quiet.
Calm.
Terrifying. "A real daughter?" Ivy's smile flickered. "My real daughter had her organs cut out 3 hours ago." The smile died. "What did you just say?" My mother turned slowly. "Help manage the pack? Briar's body isn't even cold, and you're already planning your promotion." "I didn't mean—" "You did." My mother stood. "From the day you walked into this pack, you did." She stepped toward Ivy. "You knew I cared about my image, so you played weak and helpless every chance you got." Another step. "You knew I liked being praised for my mercy, so you told everyone how the Luna saved your life." Another. "You knew I'd give extra resources to the vulnerable, so you made sure you were always the most pitiful one in the room." Ivy backed into the wall. "And my daughter?" My mother's voice cracked. "She never faked sick, never cried for attention, never ran to me saying her heart hurt when it didn't. So I ignored her. So I thought she could wait. So I gave away the heart that should have saved her." She stopped inches from Ivy's face. "Speaking of hearts, how's yours feeling lately? Still having those pains?" Ivy's face went white. "Last month you said your chest felt tight. I dragged Rowena out of bed at midnight for you." My mother's voice was ice. "The result? Nothing wrong. The month before, you said your wolf spirit felt unstable. I wasted 3 vials of moon petal essence on you. Rowena told me your wolf was perfectly fine. Every time you said you were hurting, I dropped everything and ran to you. And Briar?" She laughed bitterly. "When she was really hurting, she hid in her room and bit her pillow until it passed. Because she knew even if she told me, I wouldn't come." Ivy's tears started falling. Or maybe she just turned them on. "Mom, I swear I didn't mean to. I was just scared. One never had a family before. I just didn't want to lose you."
"Stop."
My mother's voice cut like a blade. "I've seen that act enough times." She straightened. "Pack your things. You're moving out of Pack House tonight. Your medical privileges are revoked. You want to run pack operations with Garrett? Earn it yourselves." "Mom." Ivy grabbed her arm. "You can't do this. After everything I've done for this family." "What have you done?" My mother shook her off. "You cost me my daughter's life." She pointed at the door. "Get out. Please." "I won't say it again." The door closed behind Ivy. My mother stood alone in my room. Then her hand came up. The first slap echoed off the walls. It was me. Her palm cracked across her own cheek again. "I killed her. I gave the heart to someone who was faking." Another blow. Her lips split. "I made my daughter wait 5 years. She kept hitting harder each time. I watched her get worse and told myself she could hold on." Her voice cracked. "I'm the best healer in this pack. I've saved hundreds of lives. But my own daughter, I didn't even try." "Stop." My father burst in and grabbed her wrists. "Let go." She struggled against him. "You're just as guilty. You never stood up for her. Because you never let me." His shout shook the room. "You were always too busy being the perfect Luna. Pack meetings, charity events, taking in strays. You had time for everything except your own daughter. Every time I said we should spend more time with Briar, you said she was fine. Every time I said she needed better care, you said we couldn't play favorites. Every time I said that Hart should go to her first, you said Ivy was more urgent. He was shaking. I knew Briar needed it more. But I was too weak to fight you. I told myself you were the healer. You must be right. His voice broke. I gambled my daughter's life on must be right. I floated above them, watching. Memories surfaced. Ones I'd buried deep. 8 years old. The pack's Young Wolf Festival. Every pup got to try partial shifting for the first time claws, or glowing eyes with their parents cheering them on. I wanted to go so badly. Mom, can I? Your heart isn't stable enough. She didn't look up from her paperwork. Maybe next year. Next year, she said the same thing. The year after, I snuck to the training grounds anyway. Watched the other kids shift while their parents clapped and cried with pride. Then I collapsed. When Mom finally showed up, her first words were, "Why do you always have to cause problems?" Another memory. The day Ivy arrived. 17. I'd just been diagnosed. Mom read my report, patted my shoulder, said, "You're young, you'll be fine," and left. That night, a blood-soaked girl stumbled into Pack House. Mom held her for hours, stroked her hair, whispered, "You're safe now. This is your home." I stood in the hallway, watching. That was everything I'd ever wanted to hear. She never said it to me. Not once. Time blurred. Ivy moved out of Pack House the next morning. Garrett didn't come to help. 3 days later, he filed to break their mate bond. The bond was arranged by the Luna. Now that the Luna no longer supports it, I'm ending it. Ivy knelt outside Pack House all night, begging. No one opened the door. When the bond snapped, she collapsed, clutching her chest. For normal wolves, a broken bond is just pain. It passes. But her heart was transplanted. Still fragile. No one knew where she went after that. Somewhere far away, they said. A border town full of rogues. A young woman with a failing heart. She wouldn't last long. 3 weeks after the funeral, Rowena brought visitors to Pack House. A middle-aged woman. A teenage boy. A mother holding a small child. Luna. The woman bowed deeply. "My name is Vera. I was diagnosed with kidney failure last year. I was running out of time. Last week, I received a transplant. Miss Briar saved my life." The boy stepped forward, voice shaking. "I'm Jonah. My liver was failing. I'd been on the list for 2 years. They told me I probably wouldn't make it. But Miss Briar, she gave me..." He couldn't finish. Tears spilled down his face. The mother came forward, eyes red. "My daughter was born blind. She'd never seen anything her whole life." She stroked the child's hair. "Now she can see. Sunlight. Flowers. My face. Because of Miss Briar. 3 lives. My ruined heart couldn't save me. But everything else I had, I gave it away." My mother stood frozen. "We wanted to thank her in person," Vera said. "But we were too late. So we came to thank you for letting her donate." My mother's mouth opened. No sound came out. Letting her donate? What right did she have to be thanked? She couldn't even save her own child. Luna. The young mother stepped closer, holding out her daughter. "She wants to hug you." She said she wants to thank the nice sister's mommy. The little girl looked up at my mother with clear, bright eyes. My corneas. My mother's whole body trembled. She reached out and took the child into her arms. The girl tilted her head. "Luna, why are you crying?" My mother's tears fell. "Briar used to do that," she whispered. "When she was little, she'd tilt her head just like that and ask why I looked sad. But I was always too busy. Always too busy." Her legs gave out. She sank to the ground, clutching the child, sobbing. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Over and over. I couldn't save her. I couldn't save my own daughter. But she still saved all of you. She was so much better than me. The little girl didn't understand. She just patted my mother's back with tiny hands. "Don't cry, Luna. She is watching from the sky." In the weeks that followed, 17 pack members filed to leave. Rowena was the first. She didn't say much, just handed in her resignation, packed her healing supplies, and walked out the front gate. My mother didn't try to stop her. None of the others said why directly, but every application had the same line. Lost faith in pack leadership. My mother didn't try to stop anyone. She just stood at the gates each time, watching them go. A month later, the Luna from a neighboring pack came to visit. Seraphina. She sat down, expression complicated. There's been talk. I know. People are asking if a Luna who wouldn't save her own daughter deserves to lead anyone. My mother was quiet for a long time. They're right. The cemetery was quiet. My gravestone read, Briar Valemont, a wolf in her heart, never awakened. May you rest under the moonlight. My mother stood before it. Briar. Her voice was soft. I went to your room again today. I haven't moved anything. Your books. Your drawings. That moon petal plant you kept. It bloomed. Did you know? You took care of it for 3 years, and it never flowered. But 3 days after you left, it finally bloomed. Rowena said moon petals can sense their owner's emotions. When you were alive, it was always sad. So it wouldn't bloom. Now that you're gone, She couldn't finish. The wind stirred the cemetery grass. She turned to leave.
Stopped.
Looked back. Briar, can you ever forgive me? The gravestone was silent. The moon petal flowers swayed in the breeze. No answer. There never would be.
The end.
Subscribe for more.
Comment what you want for the next video. See you.